Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Challenger Series. Here for oh man, I can hear my voice. That is not good. Here for race number 6 of the season, we have the second half of the regular season upon us right here, right now at Chicagoland. As you can tell, I'm a little a little better in terms of feeling. My voice is nowhere near as low pitch, so I'm definitely feeling a-okay. So because of that, um, oh, there we go. Letting them know timer rolling. So we have 30 seconds here, and we actually have a repeat pole sitter. This is actually the first time that we've actually have seen here uh, in the Challenger Series, having a repeat pole sitter, and that is going to be Chapman. So when we come on back from the lobby here, it looks like we're going to have 16 people as we actually have always Eric that is apparently not going to not race tonight. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but 16 drivers is what the field is going to be made up of, and we are going to be looking for a spectacle, as Sauce puts it. So let's take a look at the running order. Chapman will be our pole sitter with B Comp P2. Keep in mind, we've had 4 different winners so far in the 5 races. The only double being for Bassbuck. So he has won 2 races. Everyone else has not. So let's jump on in right here. Um, let's see how we roll here. I'm not even quite sure what's happening in the Discord. Um, oh my goodness. So yeah, let's take a look and see where Bassbuck is, because he will be our in-race, streamer tonight. So he is starting up in P3. So thank you all so much for coming on out. And we can see everyone just kind of diving to the inside. This track will be very much a bottom feeder kind of track. You want to get the momentum wherever you find them. You can see Chapman is going to be um, on the inside right here. Make that the outside, as Bassbuck is going to go for the lead right here. That is going to be pivotal here, because with the draft on low, this series you really want to capitalize on any mistake that your opponent makes. So whether it be actually hitting the inside of the or the apron right there on that white line, or just kind of washing up the track. A lot of these drivers are going to be trying to kind of see how they are. You can see the 99 right there kind of bowing back and forth. 98 of UK, a Mopao Cat, in case you don't know that nickname, is going to be trying to really close the gap here, but Chapman still leading the way here. The 74 B Comp on the outside. That is going to be basically one of those lines that is just not going to go anywhere. So I am so stuffed up, so I apologize. I'm going to be sniffling a lot, but everything will be a-okay come the end of it. So let's take a look at our pole sitter here for a second. Chapman, currently winless so far this season. However, we actually have a few drivers that are actually on the cut line that have yet to win a race. So Bassbuck, UK, B Comp, and Always Eric have always has always won a race. However, Eric, with him not starting this race, technically by putting in a qualifying time does not count as a start. So unfortunate from him. He will. I mean, unfortunately, he has to show on out the rest of the season in order for that win to count, because you have to make at least 7 starts in order to qualify for the playoffs. So definitely something to keep in mind when he looks forward to the future here. But yeah, definitely. 7 starts is what these are looking at. So he would have had a good start too. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully nothing serious is happening. We saw something over the weekend with Hamilton in the F1 race. He had to kind of bow on out a little early, so hopefully it's nothing familial. But what this is happening, though, is that there is a very very close points battle for the cut line. You actually have Xander in the 54, who is currently in P3, and Sauce in the 9, which is currently in this wad. Let's actually go on board with Sauce for a hot second. Here he is in this mess right here. They are actually tied for points. They actually want to will collect as many points here in the stages as possible. And when they come around, I can see how many laps they have exactly. But yeah, Sauce and Xander are actually tied right here for points. So 4 points above the cut is actually the 7 of Liv Morgan fans. So let's, there he is right here. He is 4 points above the cut. Meanwhile, you have the 51 of Wildcard Coyote that is 18 points below. So because of that, Coyote did not have a good race at Watkins Glen, so he is trying to make it all up on the ovals, which you know you can actually have a good time. So, like I said, next time they come on around, I can actually see how many laps are left. So, like I said, Bass is our in-race streamer here. In fact, here is he's gone board with Coyote with 15 laps remaining in this first stage. Everyone is going to be good on in terms of tires and fuel. Chicagoland, in terms of the Xfinity cars as well as the trucks, are very, very tight coming out the gate. You want to run a preset 8, maybe even a preset 9, depending on how you feel with your car. Preset 8 or 9 will definitely be a good starting point. Everyone will be looking to make adjustments from there, and ideally you want to loosen this thing up as low as you can without actually making the car undrivable. So because of that, you actually have a debacle here, as you see the 18 of Bassbuck trying to go low right here. The 54 and the 7, who has caught up to this front pack, is going to be trying to take the spots. Very tight racing here on this this trial. Give me 1 second, guys. Ugh. I apologize. Coughing fit, man. You saw right there that Chapman absolutely got destroyed, and he's still on the outside here, as the 18 and the 54 were able to make their way forward. The 51 was actually able to jump ship. Oh, the 54 with a mean block right there, going to try to take the lead. The 18 cut him on off right there. That would have been really close, but it looks like the 54 was more than kind to actually let him keep that spot. Let's actually go on board the 44 of Fireslayer for a hot second, because he is one of our drivers currently in the playoff picture right here. He's actually 14 points above the cut. He didn't have a good Watkins Glen. He had a really good mark in the stages, but look at him go take it 3 wide. The 51 acting as a little bit of the cork in the middle right there. The 44 gets 2 for 1, and the 1 of Cyber is going to be the odd one out, as everyone is trying. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Taking for as many spots as he can. The 7, though, doing everything he can as well. But definitely the one to watch right here is probably the 90 of Chapman, as well as the the 22 of Monster. Those guys are actually the nearest ones out of the playoffs, and a win and you're in. So definitely anything can happen here. As the 44 thought about it for a hot second, but the 7 may just be the way to victory, as the 89 of always Freedom. That is Freedom Flyer, in case you don't know that nickname, is trying to keep Stout right there. That is P7 right there. So definitely doing a good job so far. Let's take a look and see what's happening back here. You have the 0 of Overbeat with a 99 of Napier racing side by side back here. So these guys are having a hoot and a holler right now, and the 07 of Heron, unfortunately, is in the back of this pack. Very, very tight battling right there, as the 99 is still within spitting distance of that lead. 8 laps remaining in this stage. The 18 of Bass is actually the one of the main ones to watch, as the 90 gets crazy loose right there. I think there was a little bit of contact between him and the 98 right there. It actually hits the 74, but the 74 is actually the odd one right there, as a whole tight racing right there, as the 98 and the 22 are trying to work with each other in order to get up to the front. Looks like the 9 actually hit the grass, so he is going to be really slow for the time being. This actually may open up the door for, like I said, a new contender in the playoffs. But yeah, like I said, watch these guys coming on out in terms of the front of the field, because the 7 is trying to get the pass on the 54. Nothing to come of it this time around, but it looks like the 89 is making his way forward. So is the 1. The 51 of Coyote there also trying to move forward. However, the 51 of Coyote is kind of stuck back here. He has lost his teammate, so definitely as the tires start wearing, I'm looking on board with the 18 of Bass. His right front is absolutely gone. These drivers are going to be looking for these adjustments to try and get as loose as possible while still in control of their vehicle. The 7 again. Ooh, a little bit of touching the 54 out of the way. The 7 is going to take that spot, but the 18 is going to give him some draft. I'm sure everyone's going to be trying to get behind the 1. The 7 is still there, though. The 18 slow and fast out. That's going to actually open up the door for the 7 to try and take the spot. Let's actually go on board the 1 who is right behind. The 7 is now going to be side by side with the 18, but he actually hits the grass. That's going to lose a little bit of momentum. Some more contact between him and the 54. Meanwhile, the 1 and 89 are loving this because the more they battle, the more they actually are able to close on in, especially with the draft as well. You can see the 44 and the 51 back here are just kind of licking their chops, seeing if there is any contact, major contact between these guys. They are able to pounce. Looks like the 7 can't quite clear, as the 54 is able to take a little bit of a higher approach, a little bit arcing the corner, so he has a better exit. The 7 is only at the mercy of how low the 54 is willing to push it. He needs the 1 needs the 7 to get on pass here in order for this thing to work. The 18, though, is giving draft to the 54, so definitely keeping those side by side. It's probably going to come on down to the wire, because this is going to be the white flag this time by. One more lap to go in this stage. The 7 wants the position, but the 54 is going to put up a fight. Both of these drivers on the cut line. Oh, sorry, I apologize. It's 2 to go. Trying to get as many points as possible, and by getting very, very tight right there, comes on up in order to take that line. The 7 is now clear, and the 54 is now at the mercy of the 1, as the 1 of Cyber has had a very interesting start to the season. Not quite a whole lot of noteworthy finishes. The 1, though, we're still on board with. Let's actually go with his finishes of 12th, 18th, 11th, 4th, and 9th. So definitely very unlike Cyber here, but definitely it looks like this may be the turnaround that he needed. The 54, though, via the draft, is able to suck on up for the stage, kind of tosses on in, nothing quite happening here as the 7. It will come on out for the second place here, but the stage victory will go to the 18. May have celebrated a little bit too soon, as that would have been funny if the 7 was able to snipe it at the line. But it looks like the 51 is wrecking back there past the line. Let's see if there's anything going on in the Discord. Nothing yet, so... Looks like Sauce is about to message something, so what's happening here? Yeah, it looks like a very interesting start to the race here. Everyone, now this is where it's going to be coming about here. The drivers are going to get their setups in order to make it their own, try to pick up some pace. So, because of that, Sauce is still messaging, so I wonder what happened. Oh, there we go. Rolling on in. Looks like Chapman will actually take the lead. I wonder if that was by design, if he maybe forgot to hit pit or something like that. So let's see. Looks like Sauce says, uh, I don't think he will accelerate. Looks like he's accelerating just fine, but his gas pedal spring is definitely on the fritz. So unfortunate for Chapman, he did forget to hit double X. That happens sometimes. He just needs to keep in there, as he will most likely be the only car one lap down. So this will kind of end his chances of getting a good stage finish, as the 22 to 20 going super tight right there. Everyone holding the ground, as the 98, the 20, and the 74 make that the 9, 20, and 74 are still 3 wide. The 20 and the 74, a little bit of contact being made, as these drivers are there's nowhere to go. There's only so many places you can hide, and it looks like the 99 will actually let the 20 and the 74 in, as the 74 BCom actually does have a win. So just he is looking a-okay. But it looks like the 7 of Liv, though, took the lead right there at the start of it. The 18 of Bass is now shuffled into P4, make that P5, make that P6 as the 44 of Fire Slayer. But that is how quickly things can change. The 89 hit the apron right there, choked on up, and there's only so many places to hide. So now the 89 is trying to move forward here, as the 44 is just riding with him, trying to hit the spot. The 1 of Cyber, the 44 is now going to hit the apron right behind these two, and that's going to bounce off the door of the 51, and the 51 goes spinning through the apron, and that may be, yep, that is our first caution of the race. All right, Eric, that is enough. Just because you couldn't race doesn't mean you have to start stuff in the chat. All right, thank you so much, man. I hopefully whatever you're going through is good, but definitely don't bring it past the door. So, thank you so much, man. So it looks like Fire Slayer saying he hit the apron, so he owns that. So he is apologizing there. So here is the 44. Unfortunate for the 51. Thankfully, he was able to catch a lucky yellow right there. Well, we can talk about it after, but definitely. All right, well, don't make it a thing. So leave your comments to yourself. Looks like the 54 is actually the classic lag right there. That may have actually been mine, so let's actually take a look and see if that was the thing. That actually was lag on my end, so looks like the 54 versus the 18. The 18 is going to come on down, but the 7, very, very tight racing back there, as everyone is now trying to guard the bottom. In fact, look at this mess back here. We have the 51 trying to move his way forward, but the person that has actually really helped on out was actually the 90 of Chapman. He, remember, he was going down pit road in order to get get his pit stop. He forgot to hit double X, and that actually allowed him to get his lap back. So he is now in contention for the stage here. Unfortunate from him, he is now behind all of this, and it's so hard to get track position here, as the 44 took a look down below the 7, but at the last second thought about it again and decided not to do it. The 1 versus the 18, the 1 is going to be there. Now the 54 is going to try to do what he did last stage and try to give him some draft, but I think the 1 is actually going to be able to clear a little bit faster than the 18, especially with all of this lineup. The 89 is going to think differently. He wanted to take a different approach. So because of that, you have a solid line of cars that the 18 is now going to fall victim. The 89 was actually able to get in front of the 7, and now you can see the 18 is going to just keep on falling back. The 7 is now actually going to be passing him. I was actually taking a look at towards the mid-pack as Story Square. A solid line down here on the bottom. 99 of Napier up on top. He is trying to come on down to 20. Is maybe he's going to take a 3-1. Nope, thought better of it, as we see a battle for the lead, actually. Looks like maybe a little bit of contact between the 1 and the 54. The 89 is actually going to try to get up here and contend with that, make it 3 wide. He is Going to split the gap right here. This is going to end maybe badly at the 54. Oh, that is exactly what I was worried about, as the 54 had nowhere to go. The 89 was there, and the 1 was smack dab in the middle of the plastered to that white line. Only so many places you can hide around here, and that is exactly how quickly things can change. Looks like the 89 is feeling bad about that. You can see him drop to the rear, so definitely he feels bad for that, so he is giving up the spot. So, hey, you know what? Tip of the hat to him. But look at this. The 9 of Sauce is now up here in P5. So is the 98 of UK. So is the 20. All these contenders that we didn't see in Stage 1 are now back here in order to... that we're back here now up front. Now trying to go and get a win. Currently, Cyber has yet to win. Liv has yet to win. Fireslayer has yet to win. UK has won. The top 3 so far in this race have yet to win a race so far this season. We're halfway through the regular season, and the big question may be Bristol next week. You want to get a win so you don't have to worry about possible how crazy Bristol can be. The 1, though, definitely looking to have a good turnaround as the 20 goes super low and actually bounces off the apron. He is going to lose a position, maybe even 2, as he is now going to fall victim to the 54. Oh, the 51 goes wide. Now the 54, and that is going to spin coming on off the corner. The 90 of Chapman coming on through. Oh my goodness, that may be a caution. And I think that is, yes. Oh my goodness. Does that end the stage? No, it doesn't. Looks like the 51, he was there on below. The 54 probably had to back on off of that because there's only so many places you can go. But getting on the grass right there, that is a really ambitious move. But yeah, definitely, I was correct. Looks like the 89 backed on off, dropping to the rear, but there he is. But yeah, definitely one of those things that, just one of those racing deals. Let's wait for this stage. Looks like it's going to be 3 laps to go, maybe 4, or maybe 2, I should say. Let's see how many laps to go when we hit the line here. So Bass is our in-race report. It looks like Monster and Napier both decided to not pit, or at least took 2. So interesting strategy call by them. Let's see how many laps to go. Come Bass passing the line. It is 3 laps to go. So, ooh, yeah, the 99 really crowding the 1. Only so many places he can roll. The 22 is going to just give the spot to the 1. Meanwhile, the 44 is trying to hold stout on the outside. The 44 is going to try to follow the 1 right here. The 22 is just going to try to hold steady here with 2 laps to go in this stage. This is going to be very, very close, as we saw 3 wide action back here between the 0, the 18, and the 54. Incredibly harsh racing. Look at this. The 20 versus the 22. This is on the cusp for stage points, mind you. The 20 trying to come on down and get a few stage points out of this. The 51 as well. The 90 as well, trying to get some stage points. But this may all be for naught, as you can see. With 1 lap to go in this stage, we are looking at the final stage point earner being actually Xander. So the 22 is going to be 1 spot short of hitting his mark. But who is so hard working to try to get that stage win is actually the 44. You can see how he was trying to get below the 1, but only so many places you can go. The 7 versus the 98. The 7 is actually going to snipe the position right there, and that will be the end of stage 2. Wow. So very interesting result from that. Let's see. I should probably actually pull up the stage results right here. I do believe I'm getting them feeded to me. Yes, I am. So it looks like stage 2, our top guys were Cyber, Fireslayer, Liv, UK, Bcomp P5, Sauce P6, Story Square P7, Coyote P8, Chapman P9, Xander being P10. Like I said, Xander was our P10 finisher there. So now this is the all-important stage 3. Um, 2 cautions down. No more guaranteed yellows. We're going to the rest of the stage here. It's going to be 55 laps to the end of the race. It will be incredibly tight. It looks like 99 of Napier deciding, again, he's not going to pit. But I think that may have been an accident as he's going to just back on off, and there he goes. Unfortunate from him, but everyone just crowding the bottom, trying to get there. A lot of people hitting the apron, and actually look at this. Look at this. The 44 is actually going for the lead. I saw there was... Oh, never mind. I thought there was some commotion in the Discord. The 7 is going to make it super aggressive. The 44 is going to try to hold his own on the outside. The 1 is going to be the biggest loser out of this stage as he goes from winning it to now P5. The 7 is going to get the top spot here, as I should probably go back to Bass's POV and see how many laps are left. Going as he's crossing the line now, 52 to go. There will be a pit stop sometime this stage, and look how close we are. 3 wide for P2. Oh, very, very close. The 44 is actually grinding the outside wall. That's going to allow the 74 B comp right there, as we're still 3 wide. The 22 is actually going to hit the apron back there. It's going to choke on up the bottom, as the 1 is very sensibly backing on off, knowing that, hey, you know what, this is not my battle. The 7, though, looks to have a hot rod tonight, as he is right now our leader, and by a handsome margin too. As the more they battle, the more he's more than likely to pull on out a handsome gap. So 44 being on the outside, going to be really hard to get there, as the 9 is looking to the inside. Now this will be 3 wide. We're seeing it live right here. Still 3 wide. The 44 backing on out. He doesn't want anything to do with this. The 44 looks like may have had a little bit of contact. He's backing on off. And there's the 99 again. Looks like he's coming on off the pits right there. His race unfortunately done unless there is a yellow. The 18 actually hit the wall right there. The 9's still on the outside. So that's Sauce going to the rear right there. Looks like the 44 already doing so. The 89, ooh, so close. Cuts off the 20 as the 90 goes and spins. The 90 goes and spins. That was our pole sitter right there. Oh my goodness, what? I'm not quite sure what happened there. Let's actually take a look from Bass's POV, see what happened. He was 3 wide with the 22 and the 18. It looks like a little bit of contact and just a pinball effect. It looks like the 18 came on down to 22, the 22 into the 90, and that is curtains for Chapman's race so far. But anything can happen. Unfortunate from him that he is now back there. Very, very unfortunate for Chapman. But there's still a race to be had here. Out of the top 5, we have had 3 of these top 5 yet to win a race. The 74 and the 98 have both won so far this season. Everyone else, the 7, 51, and the 1 have yet to win a race. So definitely with pit stops being around 20 laps away, it may be just coming on about when you come on down, you want to have as clean of a track as possible, if you ask me. So looks at the 51 as the 1 gets underneath them for P3 here, trying to get that spot. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Apologies yet again. No one wants to hear my coughing fit, so look at this. Coming off of turn 4, looks like the 54 got a little bit tight, and the 89 is going to be the result of that. Change for the lead, though. The 74 comes back to take the lead. The 1 is going to try to get P2 and set himself up here for the pass eventually on the 74, but the 98 is licking his chops right here. as the 74, interesting line by him, is actually by doing that, is actually choking up the entire back of the pack. Because look at this. Here is the final contestant in this, or final racer in this line. And oh my goodness, as big move back there. Looks like the 74 is down there. Big checkup. I am not quite sure what the heck happened, as there was maybe a little bit of kerfuffling happen, and big kerfuffle right there. Looks like the 7. Let's actually take a look at that from Bass's POV, because I was going on board. Looks like the 7 versus the 74. Oh my goodness me. Big, interesting. Alright, so, because of that, you actually have a really weird top 3 now. So, because of that, a big gap between the top 3 and the rest of the pack. We've seen this trio up front before. Cyber, UK, and Xander has been a repeat up here in the Challenger Series, and because of that, they are no slouches when it comes to getting the dub. They know how to get it done. Meanwhile, look in the back of this pack right here. The 74 is still on the outside, as I'm trying to go on board with someone back there. There we go. So 74 is still on the outside, so it looks like the 7 versus the 74. I'm sure the 74, you have a little tap saying, hey, I didn't appreciate what you did there a few laps ago. So because of that, a very, very interesting few laps, because of, I think, a bad block gone wrong. If I saw from Bass's POV correct, it looks like the 7 was there, but the 74 was either was already on the grass and just wasn't allowed up, or something or other, because it checked up both the 7 and the 74 and what car control from these guys in order to hold it, hold their own. But definitely the 74, I can tell, is probably driving mad, as the 20 is now going to be at the mercy of the 18, and the 7 meeting, yeah, it looks like giving the spot to the 74, so very much, hey, you know what, I didn't mean to do that, take the spot, so tip of the hat to him. The 18, though, one of the biggest storylines all season has actually been Bassbug and his incredible consistency, and we've seen it before where stages just don't agree with this number 18. However, he knows how to get it done in the actual result. Has yet to finish outside the top 5. His lowest finish so far in the first 5 races is actually P4. So he knows exactly how to get it done. Currently he's in P6, so plenty of time in order to improve that. In fact, for a lot of these drivers, plenty of time to actually improve their position, as we're seeing 3 by 3, and actually there is a battle for P4, so that's actually going to bring the 18, the 44, the 9, and that entire second pack to them, as we're seeing the 51 again through the grass. That's going to allow the 22 to get on by, or at least ideally. Ooh, very, very tight right there. But definitely trying to move forward is actually a premium around here. So trying to catch a lucky draft or so. 10 laps until we're just going to be seeing some pit stops happening. Chicagoland is actually one of the hardest pit roads to get onto. Definitely not the hardest, if you ask me. But the angle at which you're exiting turn 4 with how the pit road is essentially a 50-degree angle. So you are really slowing on down in order to hit your mark. 51 maybe actually experiencing a little bit of lag right there, as the 54 is, I'm sure, just loving it. So let's actually go through the field while we are just kind of going in single file line right now. We have P1 being Cyber. He has yet to win this so far this season, but he is looking to have his best race of the season so far. UK, his teammate P2. The number 98 has won so far this season, but he is definitely going to be a contender here tonight as well. 54 there in P4, P3. Surprisingly, 6 races in, has yet to win a race. Very unlike Xander here. With the 89, though, one of the new additions to the series, definitely knowing how fast he can go. Look at him as he is actually catching the top 3. The 22 right behind of Monster, currently outside the playoffs. But like I said, he's actually one of the ones to watch here tonight, because Chicagoland can be either your best friend or your worst enemy. Right behind him is the 51 of 51 of Wildcard Coyote. Has right on the cusp of making it in terms of points. He is currently 18 points on out of the playoffs currently. But he had a good couple stages, and he can definitely go and get some good stage points here, depending on where he finishes. Bass right behind him is P7. So he is definitely moving forward, as well as I was already commentating on right here. The 44 right behind him in P8. Fire Slayer currently inside the playoffs, but only 14 points above, so he wants to really bolster that number a little bit in order to make sure that he is good to go. Right behind him is the 74 of B-Comp. That is for P9. He is B-Comp has won this season, so he is not in danger of not making the playoffs. But in terms of regular season finishes, because you get points for that, he's actually sitting in P8, which is only going to gift him a measly 3 points. So he is wanting to really extend that gap. And the last spot for the top 10 is Liv, as he is was leading this race, I should say, but kind of falling flat a little bit here in this run. We do have a car on out of this race. The 0 of Overbeak has decided to call it a night. Maybe that was a lag. I'm not quite sure, but he is now going to get credit for P16 here. We're seeing pit stops on the horizon. Bass is currently 4 laps to go on his fuel, so we're going to be seeing some people start to signal to come on down into the pits. Will we see some drivers take a early stop here, or will we see them essentially just run it on out? Looks like the one maybe signaling to come on down, so looks like everyone kind of has to be wary of that, as you can see the 54 is going on the outside. I'm not quite sure if everyone got the message right there. But definitely, I would expect here in the next 2 laps, the first drivers will come on down. Monster is definitely in contention for this. He just needs to hit a solid stop right here. Anyone coming on down the 22, looks like the 1 and the 89 are all coming on down this time. A lot of these drivers are going to be really making... oh, nope, I apologize. I thought they were, but hey, you know what? That's why it's on these drivers to really make sure that they are clear and they are pitting, whether it be 4 tires all below the apron, or however, make it obscenely clear. So let's take a look at this. Looks like the 89, the 51, the 22 are all coming on down this time, so making sure that they are 100% clear there. So it looks like the 22 is going to wash out up a little bit. But there goes the 22. He will be the first one to come on down. Looks like the 7 will spin. Unfortunate from him. Will that bring out a yellow? I do not think it will. Unfortunate from him, as he will spin, and yeah, he did end up doing it. So looks like next round of pit stops are going to be happening. Looks like the 1 and the 51 are going to be the ones, the odd ones out, but everyone on the bottom is going to be pitting. So here comes the 89. Oh, a lot of different people actually. So people are coming on down the 18. Ooh, really close. Hitting their box. And the 44, I'm not quite sure what happened with him getting back here, but he is also going to be taking the hard left turn now. Yeah, and that's just one of the dangers, Liv, because sometimes you don't know where and when people are going to come on down. But it looks like the 44 or the not the 44, the 22 was the first one to hit his box, and here he is coming on through the front stretch right here. So I'm looking to see where he is in conjunction with everyone else. Will he take the lead? I don't know. It's going to be really close. Everyone coming up to speed. There goes the one. Here comes the 89. There he goes. The 22 with the lead. He just needs to hit his mark and be smooth. Everyone else is going to be a pack of wild dogs trying to get up to the front. The 44, I think, is back on out of this pack. Oh, yeah, there he is in front. So here he is. It looks like he is going to be for P9 right now. So he is, well, when he comes on around, he will be P9. So excellent work by him. Like I said, one driver on this race. Here is our leader of the 22 of Monster. When they come on around the pack one more time, the turns, I will see how many laps to go. Because right now we actually have a decent race on our hands. Looks like with 24 to go, everyone will be on the cusp of making it. In terms of a happy no further stop. However, Chicagoland is one of those tracks that you do actually have to save a little bit more than you run here. So these guys have to be a little bit wary on when they come on down. It looks like the 89 plowed the outside wall right there, so that's going to allow the one to come on down, trying to snipe the bottom right there is the 89. But the 54 is actually going to allow him in. Very kind of him. But look out now! Here comes the 98 of UK trying to snipe a P4 out of this, as he is just kind of riding right now. But yeah, these guys have to be on the lookout for where and when their fuel is going to run out, because there is a very distinct possibility that they may run out a little bit sooner than they expect. 23 laps to go when it comes to their fuel for the main pack. What's going on, Clay? How are you doing today? But the 18 of Bass, that's what I'm seeing from my POV. But because of that, big wad right here. I should be paying attention to this, as they are trying to close on in on the 22 of Monster, our race leader. Oh, Clay, I'm so sorry. It seems like it's going around. Hopefully everything's all right. But yeah, definitely take care of yourself. In fact, myself, I have some familial issues as well. My grandfather is not feeling so well, so thoughts and prayers to everyone, all their families. Hopefully it all gets cleared up. Just terrible timing as well. I mean, I'm sick, and so let's see here. There you go, Liv. Hopefully you get a little bit of clarification, because I'm sure Clay is in a chat with Story Square right now. So definitely have to see what they have to say. The 22, though, currently our leader, and he is by a considerable margin. However, this may turn into a fuel race. We'll have to see on this and how it's going to shake on out. If I do recall, it's going to be 19 to go this time. And Bass is ever so slightly losing fuel here. So the more that these drivers are going to be off the throttle, the more fuel they're actually burning. But look at this battle. This is for P2. This is not for the win. The 54 is going to be able to snake ahead. But everyone... Oh, Story said that in the Discord. Well, never mind then. Anyway, so because of that, looks like the one of Cyber is actually really backing on off this pace. So I wonder if he is being a little bit more proactive when it comes to his fuel saving here. The 9 of Sauce, I know, is very proactive when it comes to that kind of stuff. So because of that, everyone just being in one solid line. who is the race leader? The 22 Monster. He is actually our race leader. If I can find him eventually. Around here somewhere. There he is. The 22 Monster is currently our race leader. However, he is being chased down by the 54 and this oncoming pack. The 89 is very hungry to get a podium. Unfortunately for him, the 98 is going to try to take that spot from him. Never mind, he thought better of it. So yeah, exactly. The 22 Monster showing that Xfinity may be the series for him. But unfortunately for him, the 54 is coming with a full head of steam. And he is now going to be at the mercy of this hungry pack. I apologize. I'll be right back. He was actually one of my picks to watch here, and he's definitely not definitely holding his own, as the 54 is going to try to look down low, but I don't know if that will actually work. The 22 is going to slam the door shut. He is very lenient when it comes to giving him space, so definitely he could have been a lot more tight when it comes to that. The 22, the 54 really making his presence known right there, as we almost had a repeat of the 74 and the 7. Speaking of the 74, we're on board with him. He has made his way back up through the field, so he is having the time of his life right now. But because of that, look at this now. All of these drivers are now in the same pack. And because of that, I'm looking on board with Bass. He is losing fuel. He is clicking into the new, in terms of the new lap on the front stretch, and with 13 laps to go, he has only a lap of fuel extra, meaning Monster's going to be right on the money, because he was the first one to come on down. Everyone else, like Cyber and all of them, I'm very surprised that they're actually saving that much. But definitely, when you're out front, you actually burn more fuel because you are, in fact, leading. And while you're in line like this, you are checking up more, so you actually are saving a little bit more. And it looks like Bass right now, by virtue of where he just is, he's actually consistently hitting on the front stretch, so he's starting to get that under control. But that's because he's in the draft. Keep in mind, he's in P6 right now. He is the 6th car in line in this single file spectacle. Sauce is rubbing off on me. I'm starting to say spectacle a lot more. The 74 makes a move to the inside to try to take P3 from the 89. I thought there was going to be a little bit of contact, but no. The 89 is going to able to run the outside. He thought he was clear, but no, the 74 is still there. But going into turn 1 here, the 89 is not getting a whole lot of room. It's going to snake ahead. Oh my goodness, very tight battling right there. With only 11 laps to go, next time by will be 10. This is going to be our battle for the win. Anyone in this 8-car pack. In fact, while we wait for everyone else, let's take a look and see all the drivers that are unfortunately not in this lead pack. We have the 9 and the 7, which are right here. That is P9 and P10. Looks like Fire Slayer is right behind, and actually he's closing in on the 7, so trying to get a top 10 out of this. 16 drivers in this race, 15 left on track. In fact, here is P11, 12, P12, 13, 14, 15 right here. Looks like the last car in line, as we go back up here for the battle for the lead. UK tried to hold his own on the outside, but the 89 is there. With 9 laps to go, it is now pedal to the metal. The 98 is going to try to snake on into the bottom lane, but unfortunately nowhere to go. In fact, he's going to get a little bit loose. His pal of this teammate, the 22 Monster, is going to give him a little bit of relief, but the 1 actually does not let him in because it is go time. 8 laps to go. Going on board with the front of this pack. The top 2 have yet to win a race. Freedom Flyer definitely looking to have his own. The 54 is there, in his own right. But the 74 and the 18, look at where the 18 has come from. Definitely one of those where did he come from moments, as the 74 is licking his chops, as the 89 is definitely holding his own on the outside right here. But he's going to actually scrape the outside wall, so unless he can get back, yep, and he will, to the inside line, that would have been his probable race ender right there. Lap traffic may play a factor here, as we see the 90 and the 7 battling for position up here. It looks like the 7 may have hit the outside, or maybe the apron, as unfortunately for him, everything's kind of unfolding at the cost of his race. So we'll have to see if we're going to see lap traffic play a factor. The 18 of Bass getting crazy loose. The 51 of Coyote is actually going to hit the apron, and look at that, he's going to lose 2 spots out of that. Going to allow the 18, who made a huge mistake coming off of 4, allowing him the bottom. Look at this though, the 54 with a big dicey move, slashing and dicing in order to hold his own on the bottom. What is the 89 going to do here? If I recall correctly, this is only going to be 6 laps to go. Make that 5 laps to go. At this time by, the 89 is looking high, but he has to realize by now it's not going to work. Unless he can have a good run and the 54 hits the apron, 89 will not be able to hit the necessary the momentum in order to get to where he needs to go. Look at this. Lap traffic may play a factor, and the 54, that may have been the opening that the 89 needs, but coming off of turn 4, the 74 will actually hit the bottom right there, and what can he do now? Becom looking for his second win of the season, the 54 looking for his first. Lap traffic may play a factor. I keep saying that. 4 laps to go. Just in front of this right here, you see 3 cars aggressively fighting for position of their own. While they have a race to have right there, we have a race for the win right behind, coming to 3 laps to go. We'll have to see if they will give space or if they will not. Oh, big contact between the 89 and the 18, and thankfully they'll be able to hold it, as the one as Cyber will just check up in order to allow the 18 in. 3 laps to go. It all comes down to this. The 98 is up and out of the groove. The 99 is going to spin, and he's going to hold it against the wall. Oh, that could have been it right there. Oh, my goodness. Almost LePage the field. The 74 versus the 54. 2 laps to go. Napier almost lost it in front of the field. That could have been bad. 2 laps to go. Here, the 22 hits the apron, and he is going to spin. Oh my goodness, Monster! He needs to get it going, and he will probably still finish P8. But unfortunately, that will end his possible run for the podium or even the win. The 54 coming on off of turn 4 has 1 more lap, 1 more perfect lap that he needs to do, holding off a hungry 74 and 89. Looks like the lap traffic will be far enough away. They shouldn't be too much of an issue. The 74, look how close he can get. How low will he go? The 54 is going to block. He's going to block. He's going to block. He's going to block. Oh, a little bit of contact being made. And the 74 spins. The 74 spins coming up the track. The 89 will come up and take the victory coming off of turn 4. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. And the 89 of Always Freedom will take the victory. I have to take a look at that in terms of Bassbuck's POV one more time. So the 54 coming off of down on the apron, came back up, but we have the 54 really, he comes on down again. The 74 is still there, and the 74 makes contact with the apron, and the 89 will still take the dub. Looks to me from Bass's POV, the 54 came on down, and the 74 was there. He is understandably mad, but from both of POVs, it looked like the 54 was there. Sorry, the 74 was there. Oh my goodness. The 74, because of that, will finish P9 from that, looks like, as we're just waiting for the... we're just waiting for everyone to come on down. Wow. All right, we're just making sure that if hey UK with the fastest lap right there, and see if the drivers will actually want to do their interviews, because I'm sure to see that. Okay, let's get our top three up in here. Let's see about that. Let's get muted for a second. I'll be right back. All right. All right. As we wait for everyone to come on down and join us in our the booth right here, um, we have our full results. So we already know our podium. That was always Freedom with the dub here. Excellent run by him. Xander P2, UK P3, Bass P4, Cyber P5, Wildcard Coyote P6, Sauce P7. Hey, he picked up a few spots there at the end. Same thing with Fireslayer P8, Bcomp, unfortunate for him, P9, Story Square P10, P11. Belonging to Chapman, good rebound from him after that stage 2 incident. Heron, P12, good job from him. Monster, unfortunate from him, P13, not quite sure what happened there. Liv, P14, and Napier as our last finisher in P15, with Overbeak being our last finisher of the race with the DNF. Let's. I think we have everyone up in here. Yes, we do. How's everyone doing today? That was a interesting race from top down perspective. Definitely, I'm sure a lot of storylines coming out of this, and I know exactly uh, what's going to be said out of this. But let's start with our P3 finisher UK. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
I'm doing all right, UK. It looks like that you were in and out of the podium spots. You, I think, finished stage one outside of the top 10, but in typically UK fashion, you drove your way to the front.
That's pretty much how I am. Don't qualify well, run mid pack first stage, and I'm somewhere close to the front towards the end.
Well, I mean, definitely proving it to be yet again a very crucial race for you here. Another podium to add to your name. You're currently second in the points here, with your best track coming up next. That is Bristol. I'm sure you are going to be having that one circled. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, and weirdly enough, I'm gonna need some practice.
Well, yeah, you and iRacing are definitely uh, two peas in a pod right now, and especially when you go from iRacing to here. I mean, the physics are literally 180 of another. I mean, it is insane. But definitely,
Yeah,
um,
I'm pretty washed up when I come back over here.
Well, because of that, I mean, washed. I don't know. I would quite use that, but definitely. Yeah, you had a excellent run here to start things out for the second half of the regular season. Excellent job, UK.
Thank you.
So now here, I'm pretty sure is the interview that everyone wanted to hear. Um, we have to skip all the way to Kyle Busch for this. Xander,
Yeah.
you had one of the fastest cars, but I will have to say the 74 was there on the apron, but obviously two POVs do not match. He was fighting for the win. What was it like from your POV?
Uh, First off, I hope you feel better because I'm also sick. But I, I get off too, and he's directly behind me. And like any racer would do at Chicagoland or at Texas or at Charlotte or anything, would block the bottom and go all the. I just go all the. My philosophy, and this is pretty much the philosophy of every racer in the field, would go all the way to the left on the last lap on the backstretch because they wouldn't. They would give the hint that, hey, I don't want you to get underneath me, and I want you to go to the high side. And so for you to go onto the apron to get underneath me, I'm just not going to take that. I mean, you're completely behind me. And then you decide to go onto the apron, and the best way for you to win the race at that point was to put yourself on the apron and come back onto the track and wreck me and basically wreck yourself in order to win. I was not going to take that, and I hope no one in this field would take getting dove bomb into 3 on the apron by somebody. I want to make that very clear. I To me, I don't care if he was there. He's on the apron. He went to the apron underneath me to try and dive bomb me into 3. So I'd rather wreck myself and wreck him than let him wreck me. Just plain and simple. I mean, that's how I view it. Cool for him. He finished 9th. I finished 2nd. I'll take my 2nd place and I'll get out of here.
Well, definitely. I'm watching Bass's POV right now, and it looks like there was a little bit of contact right there. About three-quarters of the way down the backstretch. Looks like you kind of swapped up and then back down, and he was still there. That's what kind of came on down.
Oh, I got loose on the transition back onto the apron because I'm getting pushed by him at that point. And so when I come back down, I'm trying to save my car because I'm going back on the racetrack in basically turn 3.
I mean, it's just one of those. I would definitely say that I'm sure you two are probably going to be in contact with one another, but
No. I'm not messaging him. He can message me. I've pleaded my case already. I mean, cool. I don't really care that much, to be honest. I'll just go race the next race.
all right. Well, there we go.
My car was
Well,
as fast as Xfinity. Thank you, Patton. Have a good one.
okay. Well, Xander, P2. But I guess our story of the race was actually freedom. Always freedom, freedom flyer. Dawson, how you doing today?
Well, I didn't deserve to win that race at all, so
I had to go to Landon Castle. I was looking at Morgan Shepherd, and it's not actually him. Um, so there he is. Well, deserved or not, you were able to get the dub there. Now, however you get the win, I mean that's on you, but you definitely were one to watch the entire way around, and definitely well deserved, man.
yeah, thanks.
Okay, good talk. Well,
I,
well, definitely having a hot rod out there. You had a very good run here, and I will tell you, I think last week was your first start. Am I correct in saying that?
yeah.
Well, definitely. You have a win, but unfortunately, you started the season a little bit too late. So, unfortunately, the win will not count. But you are definitely looking for a good rest of the season here, and that's just because of the minimum races met. So, Freedom, I'm sorry about that. I just want to let you know, just so you didn't get your hopes up.
I'm just here for the fun of it, so
Well, there we go. Okay, and that's basically what I was assuming, and I just wanted to make sure that both you as well as the audience knows. But Freedom, you had an excellent job here. Definitely still going try to get as many points as you can, because there is still the best of the rest, as some people call it, to do. And you definitely had a good run here tonight.
Yeah, the car was fast, but thanks for letting me join the series, you know. So
Well, there we go. Freedom, excellent job tonight. And we are going to close on out for the night. Thank you all so much for coming on out. It was a pleasure to broadcast this. Hopefully, everyone had a good night and enjoyed the show. Spectacle, as Sauce would put it. Hopefully, everyone has a good night. Congrats, Freedom, on the dub. Xander P2, UK P3. We're going to be back for Darlington on Saturday. That'll be for the Cup Series. Hopefully, everyone has a good night. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.